It's DJ Self, the Prince of New York. I'm in the building. Why wouldn't I be here, baby?
Well, you know, Superstar J, I know there's a reason why this cat is in the building tonight, kid.
Because Brooklyn's here, baby.
Brooklyn,
you know what it is,
definitely
man.
in the house tonight, man.
Why ain't get the big intro name thing? Like everybody got their little intro name.
All right, so you ready? I'm sorry. Somebody else in the building, but you got to see if you figured out how we did it. Everybody introduced themselves.
Okay.
You ready?
So yeah, let's go
right.
back around again.
So I'm gonna introduce him, the young OG.
No,
Okay, we're gonna rewind it then.
Intro.
DJ Self VIP Saturday, Superstar J.
It's your boy, Gray Rizzy.
Hey, and it's the Prince of New York, the Gwen and God, DJ Self.
And it's the young OG himself, Loso, in the building, baby.
Yeah, Fabolous is in the building. Brooklyn is here.
I do my own intros, my own stunts. You know what I'm saying? So that's why.
He had to stun on himself real quick, you know, with the bomber thing. Like, yeah, man, you know.
Yeah, Self was gonna just smooth intro. Yeah, we got Fabolous in the building. And he's gonna get after they just says like they real hype ones. I was
Fab with my coat on though, man. I'm kind of mad he got my coat on. And he stunted on me. You ain't even peep how he stunned on me.
Nah,
He's
I did.
Like, what he said.
He said,
you got. I'm from Brooklyn, so you ain't understand the stuff.
I'm from
Queens.
Queens,
Sometimes it fly over your head.
You think?
I'm
gonna tell you
me
how
what
he
said.
was.
I'm
Tell
from
me.
Harlem. Please explain
The
it.
first thing he did, he said he looked at his phone, was like, yeah, I think I had that like 2 years ago.
You heard that, right? I had this in a long
Nah,
time
I said
ago.
that because he said he been trying to find it for 3 years.
Wow.
He's like, I've been had this coat. What you talking about? He has a leather bomber coat on a Nation, and it has what kind of fur is that we call that?
I don't even know. Like it's
warm.
It's just warm. It just keeps your neck
It's
like
a warm fur.
You know.
If you go to my Instagram, you can see the picture of the jacket that Fabolous is wearing right now. I love that jacket. Superstar J, I thank you and I appreciate you for putting me onto the jacket. But enough about the jacket.
Yeah.
Fabolous is here.
Yeah.
What's up, Fab?
I mean, you know, when I come around, you know, I need to come around a little bit more, but you know,
This
when
is
I
true.
when I
Fab, let me
come
tell you-
around, it's for a reason, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They tell me that. They say Fab don't want to do no radio interviews. Fab don't want to go to see the people. Like I can't believe that because I see you out a lot.
Don't take it as that. It's just you know, sometimes people just come to talk, and when I come, I'm not just coming to talk. I just, you know what I'm saying, I'm coming to spread the good word, you know what I'm saying, and you know we gotta chop it up. So I'm a definitely, you know, we gotta do some more call-ins. We gotta do just check in with the family
Fab,
and just
listen,
check
my
everybody
phone
out.
lines is open every day. There's no problem. You can call in and talk to the people.
Okay, and I'm a pop up one day too. Pause. I'm gonna pop up and just see what's shaking here. Make sure that we getting played over here, because you know,
He's gonna make sure.
sometimes people forget about me in these streets, man. Like,
Now they
you
could
know,
never forget about you, Fab.
you know.
Chameleon right here.
Young OG. Now listen, I'm a keep it real with you, right? I say keep it real. They told me maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe a week or two ago, they're like, yo, Fab dropping an album. He's dropping an album?
Yeah.
Like, it just seemed like the album just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I kind of wanted it organic and kind of like the same way I approach doing a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, you know, maybe a month and a half out. For one, people are not sitting around waiting for a 3-month release date saying like, yo, my album is coming out March 23rd. Nobody cares about that in December. You know what I'm saying? So one reason was to come with it where you could look at the date and say, oh, okay, you know, a month out, you know, you know, and we could build into that month and have other things coming along with it, and it makes sense. Those conventional ways that people used to drop albums, to me, are not working anymore. You know what I'm saying? And even labels are slow to it too, because they've released projects the same way since the beginning of time. But now, you know, with the digital thing and with, you know, everything being more urgent, it's why magazines have shut down, because nobody's waiting till the end of the month to hear some stuff that they could have read on a blog or
the same day or the next day.
Right.
Also on the gram.
So that's kind of why it came like so urgent, so that to keep it urgent, to keep it on people's mind, to let you not get dull with it, because it's too much time from the time you announce it to when it releases. And you know, I also always drop mixtapes around the holiday season, so this was one way, you know, people were looking for me to, you know, where's the mixtape at? And I was like,
yeah.
Now, just to be clear, this is an official album that's dropping,
it's
right?
It's just dropping digital first, and we may do a physical. We talking about how we want to do the physical release, but it's dropping through iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, all of that first, and it's a full-fledged album.
What made you go ahead and choose Christmas, December 25th?
Well, last year I put out a mixtape on Christmas, and I felt like in this in this generation and the climate of the way the music business is, there hasn't been a lot of releases in the fourth quarter or late or December, or you know what I'm saying. It used to be a lot back in the days. That used to be the time you come because you get the big Christmas rush and you get all of that money. But now it costs so much to do things around that time. Labels have, ran away from it. So one thing that I noticed from doing the mixtapes was that it's a void there. There's no new music. There's people want to hear some. People are at home. We're adults, so we're not getting, we're not opening boxes as much, you know what I'm saying? But checking out some new music while you at home, chilling, having a drink, watching football, doing whatever, it became like our gift, you know what I'm saying? And I noticed that from putting out 2 projects one I did on Thanksgiving one year and one I did on Christmas last year. And I saw that how much it filled the void, you know what I'm saying? There was no music there, and like even now there's no projects. Nicki I think is dropping, and then after that there's really nothing coming. Also the industry shuts down, but online doesn't shut down. People are still home,
and that's where
that's where the money at.
Right. So
I'm gonna keep it real with you too. I didn't know how powerful your Soul Tape 3 was until I went to BB King's that show. And
me too.
I was like,
telling them.
I said, I know the song. Sometimes like Clue, I'm gonna keep it real. Clue be beating certain songs in my head, and I'm like, yeah, I like it, but I don't know.
But weirdly, Soul Tapes weren't Clue's favorite. Like there's certain people who have a certain type of fab music that they like, or their favorite type.
I'm gonna keep it real. DJ Self is one of them.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's more mellow. It's more. There may be a song or two in there. The song with Meek was more up tempo and more what's the name. But
DJ
if you like that,
favorite, yes.
Right.
So you got another joint. I think it was with Jadakiss. I don't really know the song too well. I'm gonna be honest with you, right? But everybody knew it. Like I had a security guard with me. He was like, "Yo, this is my joint."
And it's classic New York feel right there. It's just bars. There's no real hook. It's just 2 New York heavyweights just giving you them bars real quick, and that's why that song was loved by the people so much. And the Soul Tapes to me also was real fan base driven too. Okay. So it was something that I did for people who really fans of the music, and for me not to get dormant out there. But it also had a few joints that took their own life. Cuffing Season was a big joint off of there. Foreigners with Meek Mill was a big joint off of there, and even for the ladies, the Them Slick joint were for the ladies. So it had its so-called like singles off of the mixtape as well, but at the same time the body of work was more for like your fans and who really want to hear like the whole bodies of work.
Well, that's why I went back in and I said, let me listen to this mixtape again, because like you said, those records stuck out. And sometimes I get so many albums or mixtapes.
Yeah, that's
and,
what
I can't hear every song.
A DJ in this generation is
so I said,
hard.
Let me pick out the joints. He got the joint here. This one. I'ma just rock the Fabolous in the building. If you just tuned in, so that's why I just now I'm like, I gotta really listen to it. So I think it's important also to do those shows and different things like that also, because then you make people aware of you never know who's in that crowd, and never you like,
and you seeing the whole crowd singing album cuts
what's
and
wrong
stuff
with
like
me?
that.
I'm like, hold on. I'm looking at the list. I'm like, I don't know, this one that might not rock here, God.
Know it word for word.
I'm doing like the shows that I was doing too. I was doing the whole tape because it was such a had such a cult following to that whole series of the Soul Tapes that like I could do those whole tapes at shows, and like it's such fans there, and it still be just regular Fabolous fans who came from 01 and like to hear those. So I'll do some of the old cuts, but just that body of work was so there's people who are just Soul Tape fans that really have never even heard too much other stuff, and they just became fans of that. So
I'm gonna tell you, hold on, I'm gonna tell you when I knew that the Soul Tapes was real, like big and fan bases, when you could go on Instagram and put Soul Tape quotes.
Right.
It'd be like a million Soul Tape quotes.
I would check the hashtags of it. I check the hashtags. Oh no, I'm one of the leaders of caption rap. Like what I'm saying? Like people listening to my songs, they get a picture and they like, damn, what am I gonna put underneath this picture?
And they say Fabolous rap.
It's like Soul Tape 1 quote, Soul Tape 2 quote, Soul Tape 3.
Gotta put them in a category.
I'd be like, yo, she ain't that intelligent. Then I hear it from the Fab, so I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's where you got it from, shorty.
Yeah, I appreciate the chicks though, because chicks are not, they're not too caring about bars. So when a girl,
takes
to understand lyrical content and put words together and see that that's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Young OG, is this like Soul Tape, or is this something different?
That's what I gotta be clear about, because one thing people thought it was gonna be like another Soul Tape, and it's not Soul Tape. It's not Soul Tape 4. It's really inspired and themed and influenced by the 90s. So that's why I had the 90s party, and I did a couple little key 90s flows. This is all brain work right here. We all stirred the pot.
Okay.
Chef curried this up. So some of the songs on there, they might be a flip of a 90s joint. They might be you're inspired by a 90s line or a quote, or it could be a beat that just feels like it would have been in that era, or the feature. Or
when you say 90s, right? I just want to make it clear, because some people I hang around a couple of my interns, and they're kind of young,
right.
So they don't understand 90s, and I feel like 90s is two different parts. And why I say that, there's Brand Nubian 90s and there's DMX 90s. And why I say DMX 90s,
because DMX though is towards the end.
Yes.
So that's 98, 99.
97, 98, 99. Right. You understand? So which 90s you talking about? That whole thing is
it's a little bit of everything in there. And that was what was so cool about the 90s, because it was so diverse too. Like, you had gangster rap, you had, backpack rap, you had Flossy, Biggie Smalls,
conscious rap.
Yeah, you had different type of vibes. You know what I'm saying? You had Tribe Called Quest, you had, De La Soul over here. You had different crews, and that's what I wanted to do with the project too. I wanted to be diverse. I didn't want everything to sound in one vein, like where Soul Tape is kind of like, samples and soul samples, flipped and done like that. I didn't want to do that with this project. This project is different vibes, you know what I'm saying? Certain joints might speak to you more. Overall, it's a good project and good music as a whole, but certain joints might touch you in certain ways more. Like, like if you like more party stuff, you'll like certain joints. If you like a deeper end, you'll listen to these.
So it's like a gumbo.
Yeah, and that's what I felt like the 90s really brought to you. Even if you look at the fashion, if you look at the cars, if you look at, it was just, I mean, it's a 10-year period of time. I didn't have a car in the 90s. Now I'm keeping it real. I didn't have a car in the 90s. Did I have a car in the 90s?
I didn't.
Fab, like, did I?
I had the back of the train. I was the back. Sometimes what's your car?
You had a dream car.
The last train.
You had a dream car in the you had a dream car in the 90s. That's how I got the 850. The 850 was like one of my dream cars.
I used to like the PV.
Can we get into the single though? Is this a single?
Yeah, Lituation is like the street single. That's why I wanted to start too. That's one thing why I wanted to start like a mixtape. I wanted to start it from the ground up. I didn't want to come with a radio joint, me and Chris Brown, and trying to work. Like, I wanted to start it from like how I do the mixtapes. We start from the ground up and build. You know what I'm saying? So Lituation, even the video, like everybody was loving how we went back kind of with the video and had more feeling in it. And
New York.
Yeah.
I gotta ask some questions too, because he got a fly coat, that silver joint.
Oh yeah, the DKNY coat.
Oh man,
I just want to know
crazy.
What size I wear?
In jackets.
You sizing me up or something?
Like,
90s,
like
a Rikers Island. That was like a Rikers Island. That's why I initially clicked into like what you trying to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, somebody asked you what your coat size was back then. Like, you want to throw your hands up.
What's your sneaker size, fam?
My size. VIP.
Lituation.
Yep. You know what it is, DJ Self VIP Saturdays, Superstar J.
It's your boy Gray Rizzy.
It's DJ Self, man. We gwinning out here.
Yeah.
And it's the young OG.
I'm telling you, man.
It's a young OG.
I want to ask the young OG, man.
Fabolous is in the building.
I want to ask, right? When are you going to go to LA and just stay out there for like 3 months? Because people be sleeping on Fab's acting.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he really got...
I really don't got no faith in my acting, man. I be trying to just like do my part, but I don't really like. I think that if I really wanted to devote to acting, I would have to just sit there and go through that phase of it. And I think you should. Any craft that you pick up, you should give it some time to really know what it is before you just playing with it, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? So I do little things within like my videos and stuff like that, but I still think there's stuff that I could polish, you know what I'm saying, and get my acting a little better.
I got a question about this video, man. Where the fuck did you find the 850 at? Who got that on rental, man?
Oh, man, it's not a rental. That's my car.
That's your car?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when you have, that was a stunt right there. When you have these types of cars, you got to go to the lot. You got to track somebody down. It's some old dude that lives in Long Island somewhere all the way at the end. But this is yours.
Somebody found the car for me, man. And because I was telling them I was like looking for this car. I had this whole idea of what I was going to do for a second, and then I had somebody research the car. They found it for me. I went and checked it out, made sure it was in good condition. We did a couple little touch-ups to it. I went and got the BBS rims for it. I went and did everything that you're supposed to do to it, made it look good, and we put it out on the road. And I had it before I was ready to go full-fledged in the but I just held it back. Like, I didn't want to put it out there. I didn't want to do it for the gram. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But crazy thing is, like, while I was researching it, on YouTube, there's like a 850 culture. There's like guys who bring their 850s out. It's like 40 of them. Like, if you Google it, these guys get up like once a month, pull their car out, like, and it's a bunch of them. Like, I was like, wow,
stun on each other.
Like, I didn't even know. But I that was, like I said, it was my dream car, man. I got a chance to do. I remember a lot of big Brooklyn cats had them back in the days, Peanut and Scooters, and these guys had them, and it was kind of like, in that era it was the drug
Queens
dealer
guys, who they got, because they,
I'm sure there's a couple dudes in Queens had them too.
They like
couple.
I just wasn't from Queens.
Couple.
I'm sure some guys in Queens doing their thing.
No, absolutely.
a little bit, not a lot, a little bit. But
go ahead. No, Rock Nation now. I know you signed to Rock Nation.
Yeah.
How did this whole thing come about? Like, is that was something in the works, or?
Yeah, Rock Nation has always been family. You know what I'm saying? And we just kind of made it official because coming into the next project in the new year, all the albums that we have to come, we just wanted to do bigger things, man. We wanted to build the brand a little bit, and not just musically I do what I do, and I've always done that kind of consistently, but also at the same time we want to build a brand so that when the music goes along with the brand, it's a lot more opportunities, a lot more business that could come to the table once you got your brand right. Okay. So we brought Rock Nation in to help us with that. You know what I'm saying? They've always been family. They always extended their hand and always have been there for me, even when I was not with them. So it just made a perfect relationship, you know what I'm saying, when you already cool with somebody, and now y'all could just sit down at the table and break bread.
Brooklyn.
Okay. I want to make sure that everyone is clear that you can pre-order the Young OG mixtape right now.
And you get Lituation and a joint with me in French Montana called Ball Drop. So you're getting 2 joints off the project if you pre-order the album too. So,
and when you get that
right now,
down, that's like a little appetizer.
Right, hold you over.
And make sure that you can pre-order. Once again, you can pre-order, so you can go to your iTunes right now. Pre-order Young OG Fabolous right now. Now, also, we
in the retro, right? So we gotta get them physical copies too, because I like to read the physical copies too.
I was thinking about, I wanted to do physicals, but I want to do it maybe where it's where it becomes almost like an art piece, where you do a selective few, because the CD thing, to me, everything is moving digital. Not that every single person is digital or online savvy, but for me it's feeling like it's moving in that direction, and those people are going to eventually have to move up with the time.
That's how I was about to say that. I don't want no physical CD anymore, Jay. I'm being honest with you, man. I rather it not even in my phone. I rather in my iPod, in my car, or just straight in my computer. I don't want no CD.
That's how people. It's too much. It's too much.
CDs wind up in the car door.
Yeah.
And
that's why I want to make it a hard piece for the guys who really, you know what's the name? Like that. That's like nostalgia to me. So if you rock with that, we should make 10,000 or 50,000, whatever.
A lot of dudes and girls, they don't be having that file, so sometimes it takes long for a motherfucker to download a whole album.
Everybody got an iPhone, Jay. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you gotta have Wi-Fi to download this, brother.
This is the Young OG project, man.
They got Instagram.
We need
those
Instagram,
man.
Nah, we need some. We got.
Fab, don't let them G you go digital.
Nah, you see which way we going first, right?
Brooklyn, see, Brooklyn over everything. I'm just keeping it.
It always goes this way, man.
All the time. Brooklyn over everything. That's what it is, man.
Hold on, let me get somebody on the phone real quick.
Get somebody from wherever you from on the phone.
Is this like the Queen side of the table? And that's
this is one Queen side. That's the Bronx.
That's the hate on Brooklyn side of the table.
I don't hate Brooklyn. First of all, I knew every soul tape, brother, and told you about the records right here.
Jay has been supportive since day one, bro. Like I remember not even. And one thing I say, certain people will support you in your presence, but Jay has always supported even when I'm not here. I could turn on a blog and just see y'all show, and Jay is supporting without you having to be there.
And I knew Fab before this, man. I knew Fab when he first came out, when I was in Buffalo going to school.
Yep.
See, so I support Brooklyn, brother. And Lenny S.
Jay, I apologize, Jay.
Pie.
My bad.
Lenny S. Tell him, baby. Shout out to Lenny S. too,
Jay,
man.
I apologize. I mean, if you want to kind of stunt, Jay, I know you see my
You know how I
throwback
know he
pictures.
just got on Soul Tape too? We did like a day party or somewhere, just like in the summer in Jersey, and he was just like, I don't got that. I'm like, what?
The worst thing for an artist to go to a DJ. You don't got it.
This
You
is
don't
just
got
like the big, like, this is the tape in New York. Like, this is
The
this
tape.
nothing,
This is the
this nothing,
soundtrack.
Now,
you
I'm
know?
gonna be honest with you right now. Since I got on commercial radio, I get an overload of music.
I
I'm
get
gonna be
it. I
honest
get
with
it.
you. So it's like certain times, like I'll get the whole album, and I'm like, yo, you know what? Let me pick the joints that I need, and let me rock with them. You
We
understand
get it.
what I'm saying?
We get it as fans, so I can only understand as a DJ. It's at the same capacity. Y'all just getting everything flown
Oh
to
my
y'all
God.
email
We
to
were
y'all.
just talking
As
about-
a fan, it gets overwhelming because you can't take in everything. It's not enough time for you to ride to something. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't jump in your car and ride to it because you're getting so much and now everything is to your phone anyway.
Everything now.
Anyway,
But listen, I'm focused now.
let's stay focused
All
now.
right, I'm focused
now that you
now.
focused, let's stay focused.
I'm focused now.
I also want to salute Fab because you got a lot of the young rappers coming up and they like, yo, man, I looked up to Fab. I was looking at an interview with Sway and Rich Homie was like, man, I looked up to Fab. I had to get him on the remix.
Yeah,
and
that's
he was
cool.
just naming different songs of Fab. I'm like, wow.
That's cool, man. Rich Homie is he's also on the project as well, man. I think Rich Homie is a tremendous talent, man.
Absolutely.
He's worked the lane for himself as well. I come across a lot of the guys. I always congratulate them. You know what I'm saying? I know how hard it is because I was that young artist just coming in the game, and there was guys who were, you know, already in the game, and nobody was trying to, like, I didn't have no crutch kind of to lean on. I didn't have a Jay or a Diddy or, you know, a Eminem, Dr. Dre. I didn't have that kind of situation, so I kind of had to carve my own lane, even in times where it was comparisons or seeming like I wouldn't make it or last, and you know, I had to do all of that on my own. So I always congratulate the guys that, you know, have stayed in their lane and have made a mark. You know what I'm saying? I get the same stories, man. I've got stories from ASAP to Big Sean to, you know, everybody comes up to me and tell me certain things. Sometimes it makes me feel a little old,
Right,
but
right.
but at the same time, it's not even meant to be old. It's more like you classic, because we, you know what I'm saying, we came up with your stuff, and you know, you still at the same tables with them. You still in the
Absolutely.
same on the remix with them. You know, you still.
That's
it's
the young
still-
OG. That's
Young
why
OG.
the young OG.
Who-
and that's why they call me Young OG.
Me saying that now, who from New York, the new cats from New York, who was like, yo, you know, this guy got something.
I like what a lot of guys are doing. I haven't taken in everybody to, you know what I'm saying, but just like what you said, there's so much coming. You know what I'm saying. I definitely
Brooklyn,
see
you
the
Brooklyn,
wave
he
that.
about here hit me with the Brooklyn, right? You see that?
Nah, I definitely see the wave that Troy Ave is
BK
bringing.
101.
Uh-huh.
You know, on an independent level, that's a dope. It's really dope, because on the New York side, a lot of independent stuff doesn't get its just due. You could be from the South and independent, and you could look like, you know, you Master P or something like that. But up here, it's a little harder for them, because you have to make such a tread in the water that they have to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even with me coming, I had a situation already, and I had, you know, pioneered the Clue mixtape lane and stuff like that. So, you know, Troy Ave is doing his thing, and salute to him. And you know, I see a couple guys that's definitely, you know, Joey Badass is representing for Brooklyn. On the Queens side, I see Action Bronson doing a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Different people. The kids now too. Smurda and Rowdy. You know,
Reemergence of New York, I see. Like the Manolo Rose dude, he's doing
Manolo
real
Rose.
big.
I don't know him, but I heard his record.
That's Jay's favorite guy right now.
Oh, Manolo Rose?
Yeah, he loved.
Yo, I just got an
He
ear, man. I
loves-
feel like I got the Irv Gotti ear in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So I understand, but like even with Troy Ave
Talk
was
your
on.
shit, Jay.
Hey, man, I had to throw a shot at him, but even with Troy Ave, when you threw him on the Soul Tape, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't know about Troy. Troy Ave was more a blog type of rapper that I felt.
Right.
He even, you know, shot at self. I brought Troy Ave up here before his emergence. Even with French Montana.
Yeah, I mean, Troy
Jay,
even created
Jay
that
is
lane
the
too
God.
as a
Jay
street
is the
rapper
God.
The
online.
princess stole Christmas. Jay is the God.
Nah, but I'm just saying, like, Fab always give a helping hand to somebody.
I think that, you know, it's The door's been open. You in the
Real
door.
quick,
You
Fab,
cracking the
I
door
don't
for
want to
somebody
forget
else.
this. I'm gonna tell you how Fab always live, and Fab hit me with a text. I'm gonna keep this text too.
Mm-hmm.
Fab said basically, you should be thankful for me getting on that Yeah Okay remix because I don't do no verses for no artists. Da 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 da.
Nah, I just I'm not the let's bling
Spell it
out.
on me, kid. I said,
I'm not the fling out guy. Like yo, we just hit Fab up and get it. Like I'm not. Our verses are built off of our relationship.
Yes.
Because that record doesn't change who I am as
Yes.
an artist. So I even the first one where we did the swag surfing joint,
yes.
you know what I'm saying? Like even there, I'm just particular about how my shit is represented. You know what I'm saying? And that's maybe one of the reasons why I'm still here to sit and talk to you because I care about the shit I do. I care about how it's done.
You are very well media trained.
I mean, I'm just me,
I'm just
dog.
keeping
The young OG, man.
I'm really
You
just
understand?
me, man.
Very, very well
That's why
media
they call me.
trained.
That's gonna be my answer. That's why they call me Young.
That's
OG,
why they
man.
call me Young OG.
That's
very
it.
well media trained.
You know what
Do
I'm
you
saying?
feel now, Fab, that like would you ever go independent? Or do you pull somebody to the side like, yo, I think you're going a little bit too far with the independent. You need to give it a label.
Nah, I think who I always felt could have went independent. Snoop Dogg. He used to sign like 1 or 2 album or 1 year
Yeah,
deals,
different places.
and I
Yeah,
just felt
couple
like
deals.
Snoop was a household name by that point. Like you don't really need, but I guess he was just catching the check and just what I'm saying.
Fuck
You can't be mad at him catching the check, but I just felt like imagine he was one of the first independent guys because he was Snoop Dogg. Like he's not even just a national name, like he's an international name,
Right,
where
worldwide.
the people in London and Australia and Russia know who Snoop Dogg is. Like so, I always felt that he should have did an independent thing, but maybe I guess he made his decision. You know what I'm saying? But I was one person that I always felt should have went independent.
Is that being the young OG? Let's be clear. Is that something that's new? Is that something that's probably on the horizon for you? Whether it being independent, you going ahead and doing your own label deal, you bringing in new artists, being the boss, more behind the scenes.
I don't know, man. I think I gotta. I still feel like I want to plant my flag a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I also am on the watch for new talent, new things, new producers, new everything. You know what I'm saying? The new energy is always good for artists, man. When Fat Joe was who he was, but when he brought Big Pun, it created a whole different energy to that whole Terror Squad situation. And I think the same thing with Ross. Ross was building his catalog, and Wale and Meek was in situations where they needed somebody to build a team with, and he was looking for team members. You know what I'm saying? And I think all of those connections work. I definitely want to plant my flag as far as just as a brand. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make moves. 2015 is all going to be about moves for me. Like I want it's just to be #moves. That's gonna be my when you see it, you're gonna look at it and say, "Damn, that was a move." You know what I'm saying?
Still that
There's
self.
niggas in the game that make moves.
Yeah, look, I'm writing it down now, man.
Do it.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Well, Fab, thanks for coming through. We getting the wrap up signal. Also, the pre-order.
The wrap up singing somebody in the back.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
The
Talking too
pre-order
much.
is available now.
Yeah, man.
You can cop that. You get 2 extra songs. No,
Yeah,
not two extra.
extras.
You get 1 extra song.
You get a joint. You get 2 joints from the album. Early.
Oh, right now.
Right now.
Oh, okay, early. Okay.
Little appetizers. Soon
Okay,
as
understood.
you pre-order, they pop up on your phone, and you got 2 vibe. You got Lituation and Ball Drop.
Okay. Featuring French.
French Montana.
All
French
right.
the homie. Shout out French Montana, man.
Crazy video
Christmas
too.
Day. We never said what the time, the
It's
day when it
Christmas
come out.
Day.
Christmas Day, man.
Lituation, man.
Nah, we
Good,
talked
right?
on that
Christmas
briefly.
We said that.
Day.
We
touched
said
it,
that. We
touched
said
it.
that. Christmas
Because we
Day.
talk
Okay, I just
about
wanna make sure.
why is it coming out on Christmas
Yeah.
Day. And
Now I'm
Christmas
talking
Day.
about, listen, somebody just heard that they jumped in their car right now. They don't,
Yeah,
I just want
okay.
to make sure. 'Cause I
Yeah.
don't want to get in no trouble.
You right.
You smart.
You smart.
Exactly, right?
So Lituation, man.
Christmas Day. You
Callan
know what
voice.
it is.
VIP.
Jip.